Hey guys, are you burning oil? Are you curious as to how other cars are doing? In this video, I'll show you the oil consumptions for 2013 Camry SE with 2AR FE 4-cylinder engine and 2006 Lexus GS300 with 3GF FSC 6-cylinder engine. This is a 2013 Camry SE. The last time I did the oil change was exactly 5,000 miles ago. So I did it around 75,000 miles. Now it's almost 80,000 miles. Let's see what kind of oil consumption I have. Let me wipe off the oil on the dipstick and check it again. So it looks like about half a quart. Let me check it again. Yep, looks like about half quart was burned, which is not bad for 5,000 miles. I'm gonna go ahead and do another oil change. I'm gonna try to keep it at 5,000 mile oil change. The last time I changed the oil on this car was on December 28th, 2021, when I had 114,341 miles. Today is December 11th, 2022, and now I have 117,899 miles. Therefore, I've only driven 3,500 miles in nearly 1 year period. Let's go check out the oil consumption, if any. I'll clean the oil dipstick first, and then get a clean reading. So it looks like I lost maybe 1/3 of a quart. Let me check it again. Yep, so looks like it's definitely, I lost less than half a quart. So that's really good. If I recall correctly, between the last 10,000 mile oil change, I had to refill 2 or 3 quarts of oil, which would be about 1 quart of oil for every 3,300 miles. So burning 1/3 of a quart over 3,500 miles is really good. But I'm trying to figure out what changed. So just prior to the last oil change, I did the following maintenance. Cleaned the heavy carbon buildup on the intake valves. Cleaned the heavy carbon buildup on piston heads. Ran with mystery oil for about 100 miles just prior to the last oil change. Finally, I replaced the spark plugs. So some combination of the above could have made the car run more cleanly and contributed to the reduction in oil consumption, maybe. Also, 2 other factors that could have slowed the oil burning are first I used Walmart brand's SuperTech 5W30 high mileage full synthetic oil for the first time because Walmart at the time didn't have my usual Mobil 1 0W20 full synthetic oil. This time I'm back to using the Mobil 1 0W20 oil, so I'll report back if my oil consumption rate goes back up. If that happens, then I may just permanently switch to the SuperTech 5W30 high mileage oil. Haha, we'll see. Time that I did at 5,000 mile interval instead of 10,000 miles. This is something I started doing in all my cars because I see too many of my friends' cars burning oil fast when they get past about 150,000 miles. According to Toyota Master Mechanic, this is due to the 10K mile oil change, which makes the engine run longer with dirty oil, and that expedites carbon buildup in tiny holes around the piston oil ring. You see, on a piston downstroke, the oil ring on piston scrapes the oil off the piston chamber wall, and that oil is supposed to be retrieved through the tiny holes behind the oil ring. But once these tiny holes are clogged, usually with carbon deposits, oil left on piston chamber cannot be retrieved, and it burns off during combustion. This is why some cars lose oil even though there is no oil leak. And prolonged oil burning can also foul up the catalytic converter and oxygen sensors and cause premature failure. Now, on the surface, the 5K mile oil change sounds like it's gonna cost us more, but my friends' cars with over 150K miles, they are burning about 1 quart of oil every 300 to 1,000 miles, which means they have to refill about 10 to 30 quarts of oil in between 10,000 mile oil changes. And some of these cars are already having issues with catalytic converter and oxygen sensors. So I think doing 5,000-mile oil change with full synthetic oil is more wise and cost saving in the long run. In fact, one might argue that doing oil change every 3,000 miles with cheaper conventional oil might even be better. With all that said, if you tend to only drive newer cars and usually sell it before reaching 100k miles, then doing 5,000-mile oil change may not be too relevant. But folks that are budget minded and don't mind doing some DIY work like me, where we try to keep the car well maintained and we try to get to or even exceed 200,000 miles, then doing 5,000-mile oil change will be more important. Because once the oil ring area gets all gunked up and you are starting to burn lots of oil, there is no easy solution to reverse this. If you're on a tight budget to increase the oil change frequency, then consider doing the oil change at home. I do respect that the hassle of doing the oil change at home is not for everyone, but if you want to get started, there are many DIY videos for all cars on YouTube, and I also have a few videos myself. Lexus dealer charges more than 80 bucks for an oil change, but it costs me less than half to do it at home. And it also helps me to monitor the oil quality and keep track of the oil burn rate. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time with more DIY videos.